for 10 meters, and some policeman, turns up and asking for your ID and say, okay, what you've got in your pocket, and then you could be, arrested and paying thousands of dollars, to be let free.
Yeah,
So,
that's a trick. It's a trick. Yeah, they put people at risk, asking them to buy, and after that you're gonna be sent for in prison, and you would be jailed, and of course they get a lot of money. Just tap you out for money, take your money from your pocket, and so that's why gullible people just do that and kind of get into trouble after that. Yeah, and by the way, the smoking weeds in Sri Lanka or anywhere else in Thailand is banned, as you know, but people keep up doing that. And of course, there is a cooperation between the police and the local authorities, between local people, gangs, and whatever. Yep, it's widely spread. Yep. And I remember I used to live in Sri Lanka for maybe 3 months, maybe 4. Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Oh my goodness.
So
yeah.
they just couldn't tell anything this week. I hope there will be some feedback
we're
next
just
week. Maybe
waiting. All right.
Yeah.
Good. So hopefully it will be resolved.
Seems like I got kicked out and missed something. Like
yeah, because we were talking about weeds. Someone is watching us from behind.
yeah,
from above.
But we are not offering to buy weeds to anyone.
We're just mentioning.
Mention it. Yeah, weeds.
It's not a good idea to start.
Drugs. Yeah, it's not a good idea to pick up in such a way, having this kind of profound talk. Yep. And but anyway, we're talking about habits and customs and its ability to travel, and that's what we want to have a lot more, and as long as possible. At least I speaking for myself from my point of view. So I'm striving for traveling, and being kind of stuck in Moscow for at least 3 last year, never out. And
you definitely need to get out of Moscow for a short while, just for a change, surely.
Sure.
I talked to my student a couple of days ago, and they're having plans with his wife to go to the island of Tenerife, right? Somewhere in June. But they're still thinking whether they should go there. Thinking about this virus and so on, or canceling or calling out the flight and so on. And I recommend actually, why don't you fly to Turkey? It will take you $400 or $450 for 2 adults to go to 5-star hotel at the end of April. And he said that's much cheaper than going to Spain or Europe. It's triple more expensive.
In response to Tenerife, as far as I know, there is a hotel which were on lockdown right now, yes? Or at least a while ago, due to having a few people contracted. And
that's why I believe really not enough, for the disease.
At least 8 months, maybe 8, 9. If you look at this, 1 year. Yeah, exactly.
Still, the remedy for this virus hasn't been worked out, through to get, fully put on production and assembly line and stuff like that. People still, thinking how to get over it. So from medical point of view, and doesn't make sense to fly just to travel for the sake of pleasure if there is some chance to to catch it somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, better to choose any other direction. For example, like Dominican Republic. So the price would be pretty much the same as flying to Spanish island or Italy, whatever. But this, well, location is pretty safe now.
Right.
Islands in Mexican Gulf. It's not lying close to Asia, but really far away.
Yes, far flights also scare people. Not everyone can sit in the plane during 8 or 10 hours.
I have got this experience flying within 21 hours on the flight. It was terrible. 21, yeah. I have some connected flights, by the way, 2 of them in China, while coming back from Thailand. And the airport of Wuhan, probably, so I don't remember, but yeah, there was a connected flight. Yeah, 21. It was a long journey. I feel so terrible, but it was really awesome because sometimes we need this emotion, and sometimes it needs to be done for a change.
Yeah, challenges and experience in any way. At least you have something to recall afterwards.
Yeah,
because your mind will never remember some easy things coming down your way, but it will definitely have all these things vivid, bright in the memory once you had the chance to overcome this difficulty and this hardship and challenge. So this stuff is necessary for everyone.
Exactly. If you don't have any challenges, and you should make up them traveling on the flight. So I believe due to the virus, right now, most of flights are cancelled towards China. Yes, and of course, some of them have been cancelled. Moving through China. And now the prices or the tickets towards Thailand, or the prices of tickets towards Thailand will be up. And because if you have a direct flight, you should pay more. That's what I'm talking and lay out. Yeah. So it's definitely should be done for travel, but I urge you not stay in the hotels.
It makes sense to go to Egypt right now. The prices are really laughable and ridiculous. It comes up to $250, for a 4-star hotel 1 week, all inclusive. Something like $100.
Unbelievable, yeah.
Per
but
person.
I'm not sure that for Russia, Egypt is open.
Yeah, but it's possible to fly, through Belarus or Kiev, to make connection flights. And,
yes, many people fly via Ukraine or I don't remember, Greece or something like this. Yes, there are some ways to reach Egypt, of course, but I mean that it's not the easiest way to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sometimes it might be easier to reach Thailand than Egypt. I mean, duration of flight, yes, and not price, just duration. Because you have a couple of connected flights, and you should wait at least. And I believe it is impossible to reach Egypt within 3 hours, like it was or it used to be a while ago. Yeah, just it would take you maybe 8, 7, maybe 10, 17. That's my idea. Yeah, but of course, definitely the prices in Egypt keep low, extremely low, and they want to have us. And I wonder why Russians are still banned to fly. Yes, and seems like probably the precautionary measures, we all remember that Russian passenger jet were shut down 5 years ago, and our government made up or decided to stop any flights until the war.
Yes, it was a missile attack, as I remember.
Yeah, many people died. Yeah, and that's it's definitely worth. I don't know. It's definitely it's necessary to do or whatever, and for some safety or just to save people's life, because now we see our world is unstable and wars and jihadists everywhere and people murdered. And by the way, in Germany, not just Syria, and sometimes jihadists or somebody else from that group pop up and kill people in Berlin, and we have seen a lot of things in France and Paris, and yeah, and it's better now not to have people killed. That's why I believe this is the only right sometimes, unfortunately, to do is to ban the flights. And of course, and so I'm thinking of Egypt as well, flying through Belarus might be case, yeah, and who knows, and because really prices is unbelievably low. Yes.
Yeah, but anyway, safety is much more important than pleasure when traveling. Yeah, people have to be on the safe side always and thinking about some first priority things. Traveling is something like extra thing for you to get.
Yeah, and Andrew, do you have something to?
Well, I don't think that we have to get in panic and to pay attention to everything that they say in mass media. Because I remember in 2016 when the war in Syria was starting, I was on a wedding of another of my friends. It was on Cyprus Island. And Cyprus is just very close to Syria and Turkey and the Middle East. It's the closest island to the Middle East coast. But you know, we had no issues, no actual nothing to worry about. And we even didn't hear about something that could affect or I don't know impact our holidays in Cyprus.
Yeah, that's the point, right? Yeah, stay positive. That's the issue and a good point. And otherwise, what's the point of existing? And stay positive.
Be prepared, not scared.
Be prepared, not scared. Yep. And so, and sometimes we need to take a risk.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that move through or get through something, and yeah, taking a risk is justified.
Yeah, just to be able to see what we are capable of, right? Because we are used to some monotonous life and living, you know, through the day, like 9-to-5 job and so on. But people just, you know, sometimes they're bored with this life, and people just need to take risks and face some challenges, just to see some better side of people, to see weak points and strong points, and yeah, it's necessary to be adventurous in some way.
Exactly. Yeah, that drive us or move us, make us as a human beings and adventurous and so explorers of our world. Yeah, that's where the whole issue start from, taking risks. And actually, I don't want to find myself being stuck in Moscow in my flat, regardless or notwithstanding that virus is spreading, and let's see, just maybe 3-6 months will take to get it over. And anyway, so I consider, or I'm thinking of a big adventure for myself, and would like to travel a lot and maybe live in some countries for a while, working from different places.
No, Alex, regarding you have holidays in summer, as you said before.
Yeah.
You have so many different variants where to travel, not only Asia, even in Russia there are many beautiful places, and in summer it's a good time to visit. Ukraine is also a beautiful country. For example, I remember I had a cross-country travel in 2013, and it was one of best impressions in my life. I was in Kyiv, Odessa, and so on, and so many beautiful places.
Exactly.
Even if all flights will be stopped and all bounds will be closed and all countries
you got
will
your
be
2 legs,
locked
right?
down, we will still have many opportunities for good vacations.
Yeah, I
Most
totally
important
agree.
is what really matters is the company you go with. Yeah, you go alone
Sure.
with, not the place and location itself. The people is, well, what should be, thought about. Yeah, but not the country. Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah,
awesome.
definitely. Maybe we somehow get together and move to several places. So that might be a good thing. Yeah, not just speaking through Zoom, and yeah, it seems like we are on the same page, and why not come across somehow anytime soon and move to any direction what we could choose: Asian, Egypt, Ukraine, Crimea, and whatever. It's up to us. Yeah. And actually, I'm for. I'm speaking for myself, and I'm for really having good meeting. And why not just book a big villa or house or whatever, being on the bank of river or and show nearby, next by the sea and ocean. Yeah.
Well, that definitely needs to be given a thought or two. Yep, looks like an action plan, but let's wait and see. So what the life is going to bring us in the following days. So, but could be it. Why not? It should be given a chance after all.
Yeah, Andrew, what's your thoughts about that?
Well, everything is possible. Why not? But I'm still living in Sochi, so I'm already by the sea and in.
Yeah, you have this advantage above us. Yeah. You used
So
to.
you're welcome. You're welcome. Sochi is also a beautiful place at any time of the year, any season.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
high season in the mountains, and very good skiing up in the mountain. A lot of snow.
Slopes and a lot of slopes what we can hit and go down. Yeah, so and actually I haven't been to Sochi within the last 15 years. Yeah. The last time I was or it was in 2004. Yeah, but it was such a long time ago.
You've been in another city.
Another city, exactly. Yes, yeah. And that time, so I found that place like not dirty, but now I remember I was walking down the beach, along the beach, yeah, and I was shocked and how, so the whole beach and area there were a lot of garbage and rubbish skating around on the beach, and it was shocking for me, or to me. Yes, and now of course things changed after having Olympiad, and there are a lot of new facilities and structure, and so roads showed up out there, and sure, and definitely the prices, by the way, as far as I know, a lot of people love coming to China, Sochi, yeah, China, yeah, and prices are low, actually low. Just you can travel to Sochi having 7, maybe 10,000 rubles, and if you take or buy a tour package within 5 days, moving to Krasnaya Polyana, etc. Kind of, yeah. I've heard about of, and but when I believe it is possible out of season, not
Yes,
summer,
sure.
and kind of.
But it's a peak of the season now in Polyana, in Krasnaya Polyana, so you hardly find anything cheap over there right now. But there are some, I don't know, hostels and some mini hotels for riders. They are much cheaper than bigger international hotel network.
Yeah. And at the same time, when I'm thinking of Sochi, and I know what stops a lot of people from traveling is prices. Like prices, if you book any hotel in Sochi, it would be much expensive, or much more expensive than anywhere else, and then in Turkey, in Egypt, and it's what really makes me think like it's better to travel another country, because I know people spend a lot of money in 1 week, really a lot and huge amount of money, and that's why they decided to fly to Italy or Paris and spend the same amount of. But yeah, but it depends on people and how they choose, and what hotels and
Depends
places.
on because sometimes ago, before the crisis, I mean economic crisis, it was like this. Sochi was even more expensive than Europe.
Yeah.
But after ruble fell down, and the currency of euro grew up. So now I don't think that this is true.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
you can find
just follow up the gossips, and gossips
yeah.
circulating, and so people are really complain. So we spend a lot, just we don't know the quality. We don't like quality of that place, and we are used to travel in Italy, France, and spend less money. And yeah, but actually, so you are still living out there, and you are knowledgeable, and you know better than I do and we do, and sure, and definitely we should attend that place, yeah. So what's left, by the way?
Yeah, there is some sort of joke in Ukraine. Some people say that, well, if you are not so rich enough to go to Odessa, right, so better make your way to Turkey. Because in Odessa,
Yeah.
it's only 1 week for similar rest what you can get in Turkey. You have to pay triple more.
Yeah.
In the country, that's unbelievable.
And the next thing, what I consider or look at while traveling is attitude of people. Like if you have friendly people living in that area, yeah, and who greet you and love you, of course, it's really cool. cool. That's why I love Thailand so much, or any Asian countries, and because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like being at home at least, or whatever, never come across with negative things, and that's what defined my choice. Sometimes living in Russia and whatever. I remember I was in Gelendzhik, you know, the town. Yeah, and actually it was something terrible in terms of attitude, and everywhere, whatever we trying to buy, so we ran across negative people. Just seems like we earned them, but not they earned us. Yes, and it's kind of really was gruesome for me, and that's why something, you know, made me turn around. And since that time, by the way, since 2005, I never been to Krasnodarsky Krai. Yeah, that's the point, because constantly I was there 3 times, and every my trip I faced some kind of really unpleasant persons. And but I remember when Crimea was a part of Ukraine in 2012, and I was in Sudak. Really, for me, it's a really great place, and so the vibes were completely different. And people say like, yeah, so everybody who are going to travel across Crimea, but at this time, they don't understand the one thing, just Sochi or any other resorts might be more interesting and have more advanced facilities. And but the point is, for me, for example, never mind, and actually does make any sense to be somewhere, let it called beautiful place, without having good attitude, or without being friendly. That's define my point while traveling across Sri Lanka and Asian countries. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong, all right, just I feel like this way. Yes. And I know when it comes to Sochi, there are a lot of people from different areas, Caucasians, yeah, Caucasian people living a lot. Yeah, that's why. So I'm not against, yes, but sometimes I know sometimes I would like to find myself among other people. Who knows? Just
you know, it's not strange, because Sochi is in the Caucasus. It's a part of Caucasus. So I understand what you mean. Feeling safe and feeling well hosted during your vacation.
Yeah.
That's a point of view, and I believe that it comes better last years in Sochi in this way. Service became much better here, and there is, of course, some specific features in mentality of locals.
Oh, fill us, please, in details. Like what specific features? Like what does it mean? For example, give example.
Well, from times of Soviet Union, local people used to thinking that anyway every year a lot of tourists will come here, and anyway they will have to spend their money here. So there is no need to be better, to develop your service, to improve something in your hospitality. Anyway, people will come, and because there was a how it is called, iron
like curtains, yeah,
iron curtains, yes, something like this, because Soviet people hadn't opportunity to go abroad. So it still stands in some people's minds in Sochi. But I believe that after the Olympic Games, they start thinking different, because many high quality hotels opened in Sochi. Many people from all over Russian Federation, especially Moscow, St. Petersburg, came to Sochi to open new places, new restaurants, hotels, bars, nightclubs, and so on. And this would start moving and changing something in their minds. So I guess it needs just some time, maybe 5 more years, maybe 10 more years, to make this place different, to make it like a world level of service, of touristic service, of hospitality service. Just we should wait for a while. And I hope that after this, all other cities will go this way. I mean, Gelendzhik, Anapa, and resort cities in Crimea and Odessa, for example.
Yeah. This is all about mindset. People used to think they lived in Soviet Union, and for them it's not point to change anything. Like they used to have tourists coming, and they don't want to compete, but now the whole world is changing, and people can allow themselves to travel and choose any directions, and definitely, yeah. So I got your point, and that's why I believe that's what stopped me from traveling, because mindset and yep. So actually, I repeat it again. I have not been to Sochi for at least 15 years, last 15, maybe 16 years. That city now is completely different in terms of structure and service. But service, of course, is a must for people. People don't want to have bad service. You have a lot of money.
Exactly what they search for, the service, right? To feel it's like a change from their own home city. To feel some difference.
Feel some difference, yeah. And now so far many people have traveled a lot across European countries, yeah, and they are able to compare any place, yes. And if you are in the habit to be or have a good service, it's really difficult now to be somewhere without having one. And it's whatever, yeah. And right, so really I would like to get or to reach Sochi somehow, somewhere, and at least Andrew, see you.
See you?
Yeah, it might be better because than having just. Okay, so we have a couple of minutes left, I see. Yes.
Yeah. Today we have had really profound talk, as we always do. Yeah, possibly we could take up some topic like relationship, but having some female on the show is a must to have some other side involved and having an opinion shared. Or we could talk about food and nourishment and health issues and stuff like that. So once some girl is found, so we could take up this relationship stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
Once
that
not
would
found,
be
so we can
mind-boggling.
take health stuff. So eating or sports or whatever topic could be interesting anyway.
Anyway, yeah, and that brings us to the end of our meeting. Actually, it was unbelievable, and actually, I'm not exaggeration, and really, I got a lot of pleasure to have a good talk, and let's call it for day, and let this day be the best one for you, for both of you, and really awesome to have you on meeting.
Yeah, pleasure is mine. Yeah, see you guys around. Enjoy the rest of this day. Let it be really memorable and unforgettable.
Yes, and pleasure for me as always. Thank you for smart talk again. And what else? Have good pancakes because it's
Yeah.
last weekend.
All right, let's make some. All right, so see you in the coming days and see you around. Goodbye.
Bye bye. Take care. Bye bye.
Take care, guys. Bye.
Goodbye. Take care. See you.
Take care. See you.